This week, everybody, from Dual Citizen Brewing Company out of St. Paul, Minnesota, we've got Rivertown, which is an American brown ale. Very excited. 5.2%, 21 IBU, has an average rating of 3.59, but only just over 500 ratings. Not a ton. Not a ton of check-ins. It's a small brewery. It's a cool place. Been there a few times. And yeah, let's try it out. There's not much to be said on Untappd. It just says sweet toffee, chocolate, and malts. And the can just says smooth toffee chocolate, serve cold and sip fresh. It is a cool can. It's a very cool can. It looks like it's got oars on it. I guess if it's Rivertown, you're gonna have oars to paddle on a river. Yeah. Let's crack her open. How's it going, Phony? Hello. Oh, man. This can is so full. That, like, splattered when I opened it. Hopefully I didn't get it on my white shirt. I don't think I did. I can't tell. The camera's not going to pick it up either. No. I did get it on my pop filter, though, which is impressive. Playing some MLB with my new Brewers cards. Oh, man. Sad day for Wisconsin sports on Saturday. Not just for the Brewers. Man, the Badgers are a laughing stock of the Big Ten this year. Not a great time. But the Packers won, so that's good, right? Right? We can hold on to that. Huh. Nice. Nice, Phony. Too bad Yelich doesn't hit homers anymore. I'm salty. I'm salty. Oh, my light's dying. I need to go buy AAAs. This light's like the only thing that I have that uses AAAs anymore. Honestly, Libby, you're so real. The Badgers haven't scored a point since the first quarter of their game 3 weeks ago. There's been 11 quarters where they haven't scored a point, and that is just embarrassingly bad. Hey, there we go. Making sure the camera works. Let's get this poured now that I've cleaned up my mess. Where did I get this beer? You know, I think someone might have given it to me, or they left it in my fridge after they stayed here. From a while ago. This has actually been on my shelf and next on the rotation, so it might have been a 4th of July beer. But it's definitely came from you and Waggy. All right, let's check out. Oh, the light is just dimming and dying. I don't think we're really gonna see the color, but I might put it under my phone just so we can appreciate it. Looks pretty good. Yeah, unfortunately, my light is not providing too much for me anymore. Let me get a photo of this one though. I can top her up. Oh, am I flying too close to the sun? Oh, look at that. Look at that surface tension on the top there. I don't know how I'm going to pick this up. I might have to slurp that. I'll make sure I leave the camera on so you guys can see me slurp that. Let me get a photo. Another concert Well, now what concert are you at, Narwhal? All right, everyone, we got to give this a try. Which means I do have to slurp it quick. I probably don't need to, but I'm going to anyways because I think it'll be funny. I almost tipped that over. That that could have been real bad if I tipped that over. Straw? No, I'm not gonna drink a beer with a straw, Libby. That would be heresy. All right, cheers, everybody. It's really, really full. Nah, we survived. That's very good. Ooh, that's actually like super good because it's kind of got like it's chocolate and toffee. I know it calls out chocolate and toffee in the name. Um, it's kind of got like the chocolate toffee flavors you'd think of like a stout, but it's not as heavy and as deep of a flavor as a stout. It's like a little bit malty, a little smoky, like that roasted smoky flavor you get from a brown, but not overbearing like I would expect out of like a stout. And I love stouts. I do really like dark beers, but this is kind of a perfect middle ground. Well, not a middle ground, it's just a good compromise basically of you have the sweet complex flavors of a dark beer, but it's not super dark. Instead it's weird to call a brown ale light. But comparing it to the flavors I normally associate with a beer like this, it is light. And yeah, I'm thinking about it. I don't remember the last time I had a brown ale. I feel like they're kind of hit or miss. Sometimes I have a brown ale and it's like it's fine to begin with, and then it just gets old really fast. And it doesn't have a lot of redeeming qualities. Now, I haven't been drinking this one very long, so it remains to be seen. This one, I guess, could get to that point. Libby, it is a fantastic idea, and I feel like I've had one, but it might actually be a stout. I feel like, who was it? Oh, it was a Dunkel. What is a what is a Dunkel? A Dunkel is a dark beer. Um, it's not a stout. It's more like, honestly, it's a step between a brown ale and a stout, I would say, is a Dunkel. And I had one from Leinenkugel's, a Wisconsin brewery, and they had a chocolate Dunkel. And that one, I guess it wasn't actually called brownie. I thought it was, because I remember it tasted like a chocolate brownie. That one was very, very good. Now Leinenkugel's has a new one, a white mocha stout, which I'm kind of intrigued to try. But yes, it is a great name for a beer. We do need to make our next beer soon. We have the ingredients to make a Blue Moon dupe, a Belgian wit beer, and it takes about a month. So we should really have that soon. Well, we either make it soon and it'll be done for Thanksgiving. Does it take a month? No, fermentation should really only take about 7 to 10 days. It probably takes 3 weeks, actually. And then, yeah, like 21 days or so. And then it carbonates for another 2 weeks. If you're not dry hopping or anything. Not Eric, not Gunkel. It's interesting because it has a very distinct chocolatey flavor to it that on itself is really sweet. And in the moment, like after the fact, it lingers as a sweet beer. It reminds me that it's sweet. But while I'm drinking it, like as it's hitting my mouth and going down, it's really, really light. And it kind of affords itself to very big sips, good gulps. Like you're drinking it with speed, I guess, is the way I'd want to put it. I love the Parks and Rec line where Amy Poehler talked about having a really good brownie one time at a college party, as if it were a weed brownie, and then goes, "It turns out it was just a really good brownie." Oh, I love that. Just linger. No, I didn't say it was an awkward lingering. I think it's pretty common that flavors from beers, especially like this, as you get into the darker, thicker beers, that their flavors kind of last a lot longer. Um, they have a distinct um lifespan almost, a half life of flavor, if you will. Uh, oh, you added the okay. I see. Yeah, it's interesting because it drinks super fast. Well, you can drink it super fast. The flavors themselves really don't come out too much until after you're done drinking it. Like now that I'm done drinking it, that toffee, chocolate toffee flavor really comes through a lot, actually. And it's nice. Like it's not a ooh, that's a really sweet aftertaste. Like it is sweet, but it's a really nice flavor. Um yeah. But while you're drinking it, I don't notice that much. I'm trying, let me think of like what I do notice. I notice a little bit of like it's not quite smoke. It's definitely some roasted malts. Um that's about it. You really taste that kind of roasty. I always say roasty toasty. I realize they're very similar, but I feel like the roasted malt is kind of what makes a brown ale. It's what gives it that color and that the extra layer of kind of toasted flavor. Um and I feel like that's what you notice while you're drinking it, and then what you're left with, not in the moment, but after the moment, is the chocolate and the toffee. I think I got some beer on my mustache that time. Or my nose is just running, which also happens. Classically. Oh man, I'm trying to think. So this has a 3.6 rating. I feel like we're gonna go over that. Genuinely, this is really good. I maybe I'm thinking this because I was just camping and I kind of wish like the season wasn't over. This would be a great camping beer. Like it's a good cool weather. Yeah, it feels like fall. It feels like a fall beer. I enjoy it. I enjoy it quite a bit. Do I know where I'm going to put it yet? No. Um, Trying to think of where I want to put this one. Libby, I feel like that's a recurring thing with these is that I always have a thought or like some word or some flavor and I can just never find it. Like constantly. That's just an issue. You've never had a no. Sometimes it's nice to not have those, Libby. All right, let's start documenting this. Let's get our thoughts written down. This is Rivertown. Good name for a beer. Really, I search Rivertown and it doesn't show up. I disagree with that. There it is. Check it in. No thoughts, head empty. All right. Let's write down. Let's empty our mind, even though it already is pretty empty, into here. Phone, I know you want to autocorrect to toasty. I'm actually trying to type the word roasty. Please let me use the word roasty. Um, I love how Eric said it and he didn't. Automod didn't have a problem with it, and then Libby like counteracted, and um. All right. What number do we want to put on this one? Okay. I think I've got my review. Let's take one more sip. We'll read it out. Man, it drinks really light. I said that before, but like it's very easy to drink. It's only 5%, just a little over. You know, it doesn't feel like you're going to get hammered on it, but you could like have a few of these easily. Um all right. Here's what I have to say about Rivertown by Dual Citizen Brewing Company. Just lovely. The prevalent flavor while you drink it is super warm and I said that wrong. The prevalent flavor while you drink it is super roasty and warm malts. And you're left with this delicious chocolatey toffee flavor that melts and lingers. Really, it's a great beer for a fall day. That's it. I am giving this a 4.5 out of 5. I was gonna put it at like a 4, and I was like, no, I like it a little more than that, and I put it at 4.25, and then I took another sip, and it's like, no, but you know what? I feel like this is actually it's better than that, in my opinion. I'm giving this a 4.5 out of 5. I said it was toffee, malty, roasty, toasty, and chocolate as the flavor profiles. Let's get it checked in. Alrighty. There we have it, everyone. Beer 631. 631 for me on that one. That was my 25th brown ale that I've ever checked in. And my 290th at home beer, which is something they started doing during COVID. 290th at home beer. How many kinds of beers have I had? I don't even know how many they have on Untappd, but I can find that out for you, Libby. Filter by style. Oh, are you not going to tell me? A bit. You want me to count them all? There's a lot. Style, business, casual. Let me finish this, Libby, and then I will count them. I might rattle them off quick while we're waiting for Buddy to join. 6:30 fun. You're on to something there, Eric. Yeah, no, I like this one a lot. It seems like they don't, not a lot of ratings. So you might just have to be in the Twin Cities to get this beer. But if you are in the Twin Cities, check out Dual Citizen. It's a really cool brewery. They have a really good restaurant next door called Spicy Feta, which is like Qdoba, but for Mediterranean food, which is mm, so good. So check it out. By my recommendation, go do it if you're ever in the Twin Cities area, and get yourself one of these because it is very, very tasty. So tune in next week for a new one, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers, everyone.